This is a discussion on the functions of the thyroid gland as well as the problems that a person may experience whenever there is a defect in the thyroid gland. In layman's term class, moingon gani kag thyroid gland, it is responsible for the metabolism in the body. Metabolism in the sense that it is the process whereby glucose and oxygen is being processed so that we form power or energy in the form of ATP. And at the same time or in the process, a waste product is created, which is heat. Okay. So one of the primary function of the thyroid gland is to secrete hormones. And the hormones that it secretes are T3, T4, and thyrocalcitonin. However, class, a thyroid gland may overproduce hormones or may underproduce hormones. When the thyroid glands produce too much, no, of your T3 and T4, then this is what we call as hyperthyroidism. Okay. Hyperthyroidism, no, in some books are also known as your Graves' disease. Okay? So aron di mo makalimot, grabe no, grabe. Grave ang disease because it's a case of hyperthyroidism. So your hyperthyroidism class is attributable to the most common cause, no? The most common cause class is an autoimmune condition. When we speak of autoimmune condition, this refers to cases whereby our immune system, instead of protecting us, siya na hinuon ang nakadaot nato, no? So it's an autoimmune condition. So medyo automatic na sa atong system nga basta gani na ay autoimmune, ang tambal should be an immunosuppressant. And the most common immunosuppressant is your corticosteroid. Okay? So number one cause of hyperthyroidism is an autoimmune condition. However, that is not the sole and exclusive cause of hyperthyroidism. Pwede po ang hyperthyroidism could be caused by a tumor. Ba? Because the thyroid gland in itself produces the hormones. And the tumor on top of the thyroid gland likewise produces the hormones T3 and T4. So duha na sila ang nag-produce. O mao na, nanubra ang imuhang T3 and T4. Because you should all remember nga basta na ay tumor, daghan gyud. Ano tong daghan gyud? Kay tumor man. Di man siya one more. Diba? So aside from a tumor or autoimmune, this could also be caused by an inflammation of your thyroid gland. Okay? Pwede sa siya class nga naa kay genetic condition. Okay? Meaning na siya genetic tendency. So naay possibility nga ang genes sa imong parents mapasa nimo and then you manifest hyperthyroidism. But hyperthyroidism or even hypothyroidism, whether it's hyper or hypo, they are really common among women. So it's a woman's disease. Pero pwede po na ang laki magka-hyper or hypothyroidism. Pero most commonly yun, babae ang naay hyper and hypothyroidism. So whenever these conditions concur, no, or any of these conditions happen, autoimmune, na kay tumor, na kay inflammation of the thyroid gland, or na kay familial tendency, or napasa gikan sa imuhang ginikanan, pwede class nga ang imuhang levels of T3 and your levels of T4 kay mo increase. Okay? So that kung musaka ang imuhang T3 and T4, this could lead to increase also. There will be a speed up in the rate of your metabolism. T3 and T4 is responsible for metabolism such that kung taas ang imong T3, taas ang imong T4, then paspas pod ang imuhang metabolism. And because taas man ka og T3 and T4, kung sa may mahitabo sa level sa imong thyroid stimulating hormone, your thyroid stimulating hormone would be low. Okay? So taas gani ang T3, T4, ang thyroid stimulating hormone nimo ubos. Okay? So ani ni ha. It is your anterior pituitary gland which produces and secretes the hormone thyroid stimulating hormone. Ang thyroid stimulating hormone on its part will also stimulate your thyroid gland to secrete T3 and T4. Meaning, kung taas ang imong T3 and T4, there is no need for the anterior pituitary gland to secrete TSH. Mao na, kung taas ang T3, T4, you don't need the TSH. Pero kung ubos ang imong T3 and T4, then you would need TSH para mo produce kag T3 and T4. Okay? So hyperthyroidism is a condition which is characterized by taas ang level sa T3 and predominantly taas pud ang level sa imuhang T4. In effect, there will be a high rate of metabolism and your level of thyroid stimulating hormone is also low. Okay? So, speaking about metabolism, what is that again? Di ba class, metabolism is a case whereby glucose from the food that we eat is being brought into the cells when the insulin is present and together with oxygen is being processed so that it becomes ATP or power, and at the same time we produce heat. Okay? So all of this process, no? This event is what we call precisely as metabolism. But hyperthyroidism is a case of taas, no? Taas, hyperthyroidism is a case of taas or paspas ang imuhang metabolism. Meaning to say, kung paspas ang imong metabolism, paspas pud ang paggamit sa imuhang glucose. Okay? Paspas pud ang paggamit sa imuhang glucose because of the rate of metabolism. So kung kusog ang gamit sa imuhang glucose, then what will happen? You will have weight loss. Okay? Paspas man ang gamit sa imuhang glucose, no? You will develop weight loss. Now, what about as to the level of heat? Kung paspas ang metabolism, paspas ang production sa heat. So unsa man ang symptom sa pasyente? Ang imong pasyente kay feeling niya alimuot. Oh. Init kayo iyang lawas. Alimuot ang iyang lawas. And how do we call this medically? We call this as heat intolerance. Tungod sa kapaspas sa iyahang metabolism. And tungod kay paspas pod ang iyahang metabolism, na alimuot, na siya heat intolerance, and ang imong pasyente will become wet, panington ang imong pasyente. He will perspire, no? So he will be wet, no? He will be sweating too much. He will perspire too much. Okay? So naa kay weight loss, naa kay heat intolerance, naa kay wetness or perspiration or sweating. How about if paspas ang imong makina? Paspas ang imong power. Kung sa makina pa, paspas siya. Paspas imong metabolism. So unsa may epekto kung paspas imong metabolism? Then kung paspas ang imong machine, paspas imong power, then taas pud ka og vital signs. Meaning to say, ang imong heart rate, imong respiratory rate, imong BP, imong temperature, mutaas. In fact, class, in hyperthyroidism, you will experience palpitations. And in worst cases, pwede po ka mo experience og cardiac arrhythmias. No? Later on, we will talk about thyroid storm, which is a fatal condition attributable to the cardiac arrhythmias from the severely high levels of T3 and T4 that the thyroid gland has released. Okay? So usa lang na, no? Kung paspas ang imuhang production, no? Kung sa production pa sa kumpanya, paspas. Paspas imuhang vital signs or taas imuhang vital signs. How about your brain? Paspas po imong brain. You become alert. But at the same time, because you are thinking too much, your brain is thinking too much, you become irritable. Okay? What else? If paspas pod ang imuhang hair growth, okay? Paspas pod ang pagtubo o pagproduce sa imong hair, you will have hair growth. Isa pa. Okay? How about the kidney? Kung paspas ang imuhang kidney, the kidney will produce paspas, no? Much urine. There will be much urine. And this is a case of polyuria. Again, when we say polyuria, this refers to urination in excess of 30 ml per hour. Oh. What if paspas ang imong GIT? You will produce much stools. And this is a case of diarrhea. Okay? Paspas food. How about your fluids in the eyes? There will be much production of aqueous humor or fluids in the muscles of the eye such that the patient will manifest exophthalmos. Ang imong mata, murag mo, lugwa. Okay? So, ang imuhang mata, murag mo lugwa. And what if paspas ang imuhang menstrual cycle? You will have heavy menstrual bleeding. So there will be bleeding problems, no? Menstruation problems in patients with hyperthyroidism. So class, if you look at this slide alone, you will be able to see the different symptoms and signs of a patient with hyperthyroidism. And you would notice that in this case, everything is up. Everything is too much. No? Too much vital signs, you palpitate. Too much alertness, you become irritable. Too much hair production, you develop hirsutism. There's too much urine production, you develop polyuria. You develop too much stools, that's why you have diarrhea. You develop too much aqueous humor, that's why you have exophthalmos. And you develop too much blood, no? During menstruation, that's why you have heavy menstrual bleeding. You will also have too much temperature, very hot, no? You will have too much sweat, you will perspire. So everything is up except the weight. Okay? So in hyperthyroidism, all is up except the weight because we expect that in hyperthyroidism, there will be weight loss. Nga naman, paspas ang paggamit sa imuhang glucose, kay paspas man ang metabolism, kay taas man ang imuhang T3 and T4. Anong taas imong T3 and T4? Tungod sa autoimmune, tumor, inflammation, and genetic conditions. Okay? So, moto imong symptoms sa hyperthyroidism. Now, let's try to diagnose. How do we diagnose hyperthyroidism? Hyperthyroidism class is confirmed by laboratory serum testing. Kuhaan kag dugo o niya ato ng tanawon, number 1, imong T3 and T4. We will check for the levels of T3 and T4. When the levels of T3 and T4 is high, then you have a case of hyperthyroidism. No? Coupled with another result, tanawon nimo ang level sa imuhang TSH. Kung taas ang T3 and T4, would you need TSH? The answer is no. So you will have very low level of TSH. So we say that a person is confirmed to be with hyperthyroidism when T3 and T4 is high, while at the same time, the level of thyroid stimulating hormone is low. Okay? Now, how do we manage? So let's go to the management of patients with hyperthyroidism. Number 1, we need to have high caloric diet. Nganong kinahanglan man taas og calories? Because you need too much, no? Too much of these energy sources to produce too much energy in your case. Okay? So paspas man ang gamit sa glucose. So dapat mo provide food ka sa glucose nga gi-require for the metabolism. Okay? Number 2, because a patient has exophthalmos, in the case of exophthalmos, you should protect the eyes. Okay? Protect the eyes. Meaning, you can apply artificial tears over the eyes. Kaya tungod sa ka-open niya, dali siyang mo dry. Okay? In fact, dili ka ka-blink ana niya fully. So kung matulog ang tao nga na exophthalmos, dili na niya fully ma-close ang iyahang mata. Sometimes we need to use eye patches to cover your exophthalmos. Okay? Number 3, you would also need your anti-thyroid medications. Unsa may mga anti-thyroid medications, okay? So let's talk about your anti-thyroid medications. Number 1, you can give your PTU. Unsa man ang PTU? Your propylthiouracil. So this medication blocks the synthesis of your thyroid hormones. So it blocks the formation of T3 and T4. Okay? Number 2, you can give your Lugol's solution. Unsa man na siyang Lugol solution. So kung di ka kakitag choice nga Lugol solution, nag-take kag NCLEX or nag-take kag PNLE and you don't see Lugol solution, this is what we call as your SSKI. Sama na siyang SSKI. That is your strong solution of potassium iodide. Strong solution of potassium iodide. And this functions by reducing the blood flow to your thyroid gland. Okay? It reduces the vascularity of the thyroid gland. Kana magud atong liog class, they are highly vascular. Mao na kung mang-hold up ka ang imuhang laslason, ang liog, ano man, because they are highly vascular. And on that area is also your thyroid gland. They are very highly vascular. So, if we reduce the blood flow to the thyroid, we reduce the nutrients or the blood supply to the thyroid, dili na siya mo overgrow. Kay one of the symptom di ay class, sa imuhang hyperthyroidism mo, burot mo dako ang imuhang thyroid. So, kung sobraan pa na nimo siya dugo, pwede na siya nga magtubo pagsamot. Okay? In fact, we give Lugol solution after your thyroidectomy. Unsa may purpose? Again, to reduce the vascularity in the thyroid gland. Kaya ngano, inigtangtang ni mo ana, kung naa kay Lugol solution, that area in the neck becomes less vascular para dili kaayo siya bloody. Okay? So, your Lugol solution or your strong solution of potassium iodide reduces the vascularity to the thyroid gland. Okay? Aside from propylthiouracil and your Lugol solution, you also give your methimazole. Okay? Methimazole is more commonly known as your tapazole. Okay? So, the same, no? Your methimazole and tapazole is just like PTU, which helps prevent, to block or to inhibit the synthesis of your thyroid hormone. And because of your cardiac problems in patients with hyperthyroidism, di ba, everything is up. Heart rate, BP, taas, no? Heart rate, BP, temperature, respite, taas. So, basin ma-exhaust ang imuhang heart. So, unsa may pwede na tong itambal din ha, we can give your propanolol. Okay? Remember, your propanolol will help, prevent the cardiac effects of hyperthyroidism. Okay? So, what else? What else can we do? Okay? Aside from PTU, Lugol's, methimazole, propanolol, we can also give your radioactive iodine. Okay? So, unsa man na siyang radioactive iodine? Radioactive iodine is the use of radiation which intends to kill the cells of the thyroid gland. So, ang radioactive iodine can kill the thyroid gland by using radiation. So, when this is given to a patient, your radioactive iodine therapy, there are things that we must remember. Very important. Kung naaga ni radioactive iodine uptake or radioactive iodine therapy ang imuhang pasyente, you cannot be exposed to the patient in excess of 30 minutes. Meaning, you only have a maximum of 30 minutes per shift para mo come in contact with the patient. Okay? And when the patient uses RI, kinahanglan nga inig-flush niya sa toilet, whether mangihi siya or mag-defecate, you must flush it 2 to 3 times. And the toilet of a patient with radioactive iodine, the toilet must be cleaned using a bleach. Because your radioactive iodine can be very harmful, especially to your women and children. And in fact, if nag-undergo of radioactive iodine ang imuhang pasyente, kinahanglan ang iyang soiled linens should be isolated. And the patient himself should also be isolated. Okay? Such that dili ka pwede magpatutoy kung mabdos ka, such that dili po ka pwede mo dawat o bisita within the next 48 hours. Okay? So, these are those that we can use to manage. You have your propyl thiouracil, your Lugol solution, no, or known as your strong solution of potassium iodide. You can use methimazole. You can have propanolol for the cardiac effects of hyperthyroidism, or your radioactive iodine, no, which is used to kill, no, the cells of the thyroid gland through the use of your radiation. Okay? Now, aside from this management, if all of this management seems to fail, no, or in conjunction with this different management, we can do surgery to the patient. And that surgery class is what we call thyroidectomy. The thyroidectomy, this refers to the removal of the thyroid gland. So unsa man na ang pre-op, no? Pre-op care for a patient who is about to undergo thyroidectomy. Well, of course, you have to explain the procedure, you have to secure the consent, no? And you have to administer your Lugol's solution. Okay? Ang thyroidectomy manggod class, diri manggod ka operahan sa liog. And as I have said, the neck area is a highly vascular area, including your thyroid. Such that kung maggisi ta diri, bloody kaayo na siya. So to prevent hemorrhage, or to prevent or to reduce, no, at least to reduce the amount of bleeding during the surgery of the neck, we administer Lugol solution. Because what does Lugol solution do, or your SSKI? It reduces the vascularity of the thyroid and reduces the vascularity in the neck region. But remember, class, when we speak of Lugol solution, that contains iodine. And because it contains iodine, you cannot just give it to anyone, especially to somebody who has allergy. Okay? So kung allergic gani ka to seafoods, like your shellfish, okay? Like your oyster, or your shrimps, okay? Or your crabs, allergic gani ka ani, di ka pwede mag-Lugol solution. Okay? So doble ingat ta diri, because during the surgery, if wala kay Lugol solution, that area will surely be very bloody. Okay? Now, post-op. What should we remember post-op? We need to, number one, we need to apply sandbag. Okay? Asa man ibutang ang sandbag? Ari sa liog. Okay, sa liog. Sige, suwat. Sandbag at the neck. Okay? Kanang sako or kanang tela panapton nga naay bas, ibutang nimo sa liog. Okay? Inyong gisuwat. Mauna diharon. Ang sandbag ari na kilid sa ulo nimo ibutang. So nay sandbag diri, barang kung pasyente dili siya maka sige og lihok, we can reduce the movement of the head, because kung nakay tahi diri nga magsige kag lihok-lihok, mudugo man na siya, class, because of the tension. So ang sandbag, or you can use simply pillows at the sides of the head in order to remove in order to reduce no, the movement of the head. Okay, sandbag or pillows at the sides of the head. We should also use small pillows under the head. Okay, small pillows under the head, because the position of the patient, class, ideally is semi-Fowler's in the post-op. Ang purpose of semi-Fowler's is to facilitate the drainage, no, of the patient, no, by the force of gravity. And kinahanglan ang pillow imong gamiton ayaw tong tambok kayo. Katong pillow lang nga nipis. Ano man, kung tambok kaayo, ma-flex man ang iyahang head. Okay? Ma-flex man ang iyahang head. No? Which is bawal in post-op thyroidectomy. Okay? So use a sandbag at the side. Dili butang sa liog ha. Kilid sa ulo. Butangan og small pillow. No? And the position should be semi-Fowler's. Now, if the patient is post-op thyroidectomy, what are those that the nurse must watch out for? Number one, we need to watch out for possibilities of hypocalcemia. Okay? Sa ganinang hypocalcemia, decreased levels of your calcium. This is attributable to the tendency of removing your parathyroid gland at the time that the thyroid gland is removed. Di ba, class, the thyroid gland is a butterfly-shaped organ. Okay? Naa din ha imong parathyroid. So meaning to say, initangtang nimo sa thyroid na ay tendency maapil o katangtang ang imuhang parathyroid gland. And because the parathyroid gland is responsible for parataas sa calcium, so you will develop hypocalcemia. Parathyroid, parataas sa calcium. Kung natangtang ang parathyroid ang imong parataas sa calcium, what happens to the calcium levels? Niubos ang imuhang calcium levels. So how would you know nga niubos ang imuhang calcium? Unsa may symptoms of your hypocalcemia? You have your Schwarz-Tex sign, Schwarz-Tex, and you have your Trousseau sign. Sa manang Schwarz-Tex. Your Schwarz-Tex sign is one where you tap the cheek and the patient feels spasm in the face. Or when you tap the cheek, ang patient mo twitching. Schwarz-Tex. Okay? So you try tapping the cheeks. Or your Trousseau. Sa mana Trousseau. When you put on your BP cuff, pump nimo, muhuot man na dire, and you feel spasms in the wrists, you call it Trousseau. Okay? So, C is for the cheek. Okay? Ang T, ako kay baw. Pero ang imuhang wrist kay mag-spasm after nga imuhang i-inflate ang imuhang BP cuff. Okay? So when there is hypocalcemia because of the accidental removal of the parataas, parathyroid gland, unsa may tambal, you give your calcium gluconate. Okay? And this medication should be familiar to you because this medication is our antidote for magnesium sulfate toxicity. Okay? And more importantly also, we monitor the patient for possible respiratory distress. Kay tungod sa bagong tahi, pwede na siya mag-normal inflammatory, normal paghubag nga response from the surgery. So kung muburot na din ha, pwede kang matuok. We call it as laryngeal edema. And we should watch out for laryngeal edema or respiratory distress because the moment this exists, the moment you see signs of respiratory distress, ang lisod o ginhawa kay natuok ang iyang liog, o sa may mong buhaton, you will do emergency tracheostomy. And as a nurse, you should have your tracheostomy set ready. Okay? And number 3, after a removal of the thyroid gland, you also need to watch out for your thyroid storm. Your thyroid storm is an acute thyroid hyperactivity, which usually happens after your surgery. And this is a medical emergency because ang thyroid storm is a sudden increase in your T3 and your T4. So kung musaka ni siya, unsa tay resulta sa atong vital signs, musaka. Just like your heart rate, just like your BP. And when this happens at a very fatal rate, taas kayong BP, taas kayo ang imong heart rate, pwede kang mo develop og heart arrhythmias. Okay? And that can cause death. Okay? So these are the things we need to watch out for when the patient is post-thyroidectomy. Hypocalcemia, respiratory distress, and thyroid storm. We will continue hypothyroidism in part 2 of this video.